With 8 years, it's like the expectations were too high that there was just no way to live up to it. I think he set himself up for disappointment, unfortunately.
Yeah, Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone give him a Grammy right now. I think that's now become Tyler, the Creator. He sung at the Grammys, and it was completely lip sync.
Well, it was very obviously lip synced.
I felt like Funk Flex. I'm like, why is that the one you went with?
You are, but if you're a new artist, you're not afforded the luxury to choose whether you should be mysterious or not.
Yeah.
Like, my first instinct was second disc was far superior to first. I enjoyed the second disc way more.
Because I think he's one of the best rap voices ever. I also think people overrate Born Sinner. That's my hot take.
I overrate Born Sinner.
Also, I've said this take a million times. Tyler should produce an album for Lil Wayne so Wayne can stop having bad beats. Give me something like
whoever.
Give me Dropping Seeds. Give me an album of that. Welcome to the Soundcentric Podcast. I am your host, Adam Dash, and today we're gonna have to imagine some teach you how to Dougie music playing right now. IGOR. Who has one of the best music podcasts out there, interviewing some of the most amazing artists. We're talking Lord Sko, we're talking Life of Tom, we're talking Soul Child, we're talking Bruiser Wolf.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, Don Chenz.
Woo!
Welcome to the show.
Thanks, brother. Appreciate it. That was a good intro.
You know, I'm obsessed with the John Wall meme where they're like, guard, and he comes out and he does the Dougie.
I can't hit the Dougie as good as him, though, so I won't look as cool, probably.
I hit it so whitely.
Yeah, that's less a problem.
I usually go for the whip and nay-nay these days.
I still hit the whip, yeah. The whip will never die in my book.
It's one of these, it's just too simple. You know, 2025 was an amazing year for rap music, and personally, I'm a J. Cole stan.
So this will be interesting because you told me beforehand you want to talk about the J. Cole album. I am not a J. Cole stan historically.
Okay,
so we'll be coming at this from different perspectives, which might be good.
This will be great. So
I'm not a hater, though. I like him.
No, but we need juxtaposition.
But yes,
here.
but I wouldn't call myself a stan for sure.
So after about 8 years, he said on KOD, 1985, parentheses, intro to the fall off. That was a lie. It was assumed that was going to be a lie. I think he set himself up with a major issue of teasing an album for 8 years. It's just not possible, especially as a diehard fan. If you take 8 years, I expect every song to be a top J. Cole song ever. Because you're you must have made so much music. These are the ones that made it through. The rest, on first listen, maybe as someone who wasn't as having the highest standards of it, this might be my favorite album ever. Where'd it land for you?
I liked it, but I thought my first instinct was second disc was far superior to first. I enjoyed the second disc way more, and the first disc to me sounded like, and again, this is not a stan, like a slightly worse version of what he had done prior.
Okay.
That's how it sounded to me. It sounded like, because the whole theme was at 29 versus 39. I was like, this kind of sounds like when he was 29, but when he was 29, that was like Forest Hills Drive era.
Yeah.
I like that better.
Okay.
That's kind of how it sounded to me. And then I liked the second disc more. Also, the hip hop nerd aspect of all the samples and interpolations and all the I thought he did a good job of that. So if I just listened to that, I would have been like, this is amazing.
That's so funny because I feel very opposite.
A lot of people felt opposite when I talked to people. They like the first disc more.
Because I thought the second disc, he's a fine singer. And honestly, sometimes his singing, I like singing where it's not perfect. I was going
to say that too.
I like a vocal scratch or something. But that song with Burna Boy was one of the worst songs he's made. And it was the sad moment where I'm like, this one made it the test of 8 years.
Well, I agree with what you said too.
His Red Velvet Cake line was that was. It felt like Jack Harlow when he said, I told my granddad I'm not going to take 100 grand out, so I'm not going to. And he's like, oh, you don't like velvet cake.
He definitely, I agree with what you said in the beginning too. He just set the expectations. So I'm sure he didn't intend for it to be 8 years until it came out.
He did the fall off 2020 at the concerts.
Yeah, with 8 years, it's the expectations were too high that there was just no way to live up to it. I think he set himself up for disappointment, unfortunately, no matter what.
And I wonder if consciously that's why he wouldn't put a song with Kendrick out, because he knows that maybe fans are if he drops a song with Kendrick, I want it to be my favorite song ever. That's impossible to live up to.
I thought there was a 0% chance we were getting any Kendrick or Drake anything. I think he wants to avoid the hell out of that.
Yeah, instead he dropped a song, which was actually very good from the perspective of both. It was a Joyner Lucas type where he went from the from the perspective of Biggie into it. Did you hear the AI version where they put
and they were like,
oh,
he actually was rapping kind of like in their style. It's like, yeah, that was a good song. I did like that one. I like Have You Seen People, which I again, as not a stan, didn't clock that myself, but people were pointing out like a lot of times Kendrick will do a certain concept and then Cole in his next album does a similar concept.
Okay, so they think it sounds like whatever the song is on GNX. Reincarnated.
Yeah.
I guess it's a similar.
But people and he does the thing with like how he talks about with the one guy he went to high school with, and he was like kind of homophobic or something like that. And then Kendrick had the song where he was like, "I used to be homophobic." Like people point out, like
it's a weird artistic direction thing to steal, but yes. Also, that song, although my second favorite song, and that's such a classic Cole chorus, like it's so catchy.
Which
the
one?
Whole world blowing up your phone. Safety. The blank and the booty type. That's one of the worst. That's just a classic Cole bar where I'm like, why? That's just a bad This is a bad line.
Yeah.
There's certain words in rap that don't like come off as cool, and that is just one of.
I feel like that's always been him though.
It is. I mean, he's the poop lines. Like that's just like his thing.
Life Sentence was my favorite song by a mile.
So you like the more like melodic?
I weirdly did, like not usually with him, but for some reason the more melodic ones I liked a lot.
Yeah.
Life Sentence is definitely my favorite.
Maybe me being so desperately single is why I don't like that one. I just couldn't emotionally attach myself to it yet.
That's true. And I'm relatively newly engaged, so maybe that's why it resonated so much with me. Maybe that's
like, this is what I'm getting myself into.
Right, yeah.
But
head into jail, head into prison.
Also, I know there's like they joke online like no one hates his wife more than J. Cole because he always raps about like cheating, and you never know how much is like true. But you're like, this guy really like he's rapping about going to the Ville and like seeing a girl. Is that his wife he's referring to in the story, or is this?
Yeah, I was confused by that too
because I feel like he's been with this girl. Also, interesting is that Cole seems to be the guy who you know so much about. You feel like he's her friend. But also, like, we've never seen his wife or kids, which is pretty impressive for, like, someone of that fame.
And because we've seen him on a bike, like, a million times. We've never seen him with his
like,
family once.
even Kendrick, we've seen him. It's on the album cover.
Right.
We even know Drake's posting Adonis all the time. So it's funny that, like, he's such an open person, but he's been able to keep that on wraps.
And even the cheating point, but the Red Velvet Cake line is, like, him saying he forgot his wife's, like, favorite dessert or whatever.
Yeah. It's fucked up. And I'll give one more critique before I like nerd out about enjoying it. Honestly, I enjoy these parts like the Outkast interpolation. I think that's just always been a critique of him that like he loves showing love to like hip hop in the past. And I feel like Logic gets that critique too, where people thought the first album was so much of Good Kid, Mad City and was like doing so much of it.
Yeah.
That like Cole did a lot of interpolation of this album instead of like giving me like I want Cole music.
Gotcha. So that's why you didn't like the second disc.
I thought, not honestly that, it was more the melodic songs. Maybe it was the Burna Boy just totally threw me off.
I actually like the Burna Boy song, but I'm a big Burna Boy fan. So I don't know if that has something to do with it. I don't know if you are, but I actually like that song.
And the storytelling is, awesome throughout this album.
That's his number one strength, is his storytelling. I think that's his
Quick Stop, I felt like I was there.
Yeah.
And when his ability... It's such a like small detail that probably people don't notice until they try recording a song and trying to do a voice and they realize how cringy they sound. Is his ability to slowly like amp up and be like yelling by the end of the song on the end of Quick Stop, where I got like chills and you feel like you're at that gas station, like understanding how he feels in that moment.
Yeah,
that was insane.
Yeah, he's definitely a very, very, very good storyteller. That's definitely I think his number one skill set.
Yeah, like the track where he's talking about his life backwards. Another thing, I guess people are mad that that's a Nas concept that he did himself, but I thought he killed it doing that, saying "do I" instead of "I do" when he gets to the marriage part, like everything. Even my roommate behind, like he was able to appreciate it. He's not the biggest J. Cole fan. He's like, oh shit, backwards.
But I think that's like that whole second disc was like that. Like since he kept that theme throughout the entire disc, I'm not mad at any of it. You know what I mean? Because like the Life Sentence song was he flipped the Common concept.
That's another interpolation. Yeah,
right.
Which also thought he killed the concept of like being an older musician in hip hop because Common didn't make that song as like an older rapper.
Right.
So this was coming from the perspective of an older guy looking back, being angry where hip hop is and being like, oh, it is a young person's game, and I stopped showing as much care to it, so she left me.
Yeah, it's a similar concept to what Common did, but I thought he executed it well, and I think it stuck to the through line of that whole disc. So yeah, I liked it.
But that first disc, especially first listen, again, impossible. I'm up at 12 o'clock on a Thursday. I'd just seen Marlon Craft at his jazz show.
Marlon Craft is dope.
He's insane.
Craft is dope.
He did a jazz show at some jazz club. I love the concept of an artist like doing a residency somewhere, especially in the city where they're from, because we get less of like local community now, because now you can blow up and no one knows like where you're from. Or J. Cole reps Fayetteville. Like he's so proudly from there. If you're from there, it's sick.
Yeah.
You have your
I don't know.
song.
I couldn't name one other person from Fayetteville.
Yeah.
Like another human. Period.
Dennis Smith Jr.
There you go.
and Moray. That's all I got for you.
Oh, Moray's from?
Yeah, that's like why. Well, she's not signed to Dreamville. I don't know what goes into that.
I know he was North Carolina. I didn't know he was Fayetteville specifically. Okay.
Like I know even Soul Child. I'm from Camden County. Would not claim Camden, but even hearing someone like shout out South Jersey, it's like, let's fucking go.
There's a lot of South Jersey guys.
Yeah, Wise Boy Jeremy. I don't think Chris would claim Patrick.
I was talking to someone about Muir Fontaine.
Oh yeah, that was my whole high school experience.
Yes, I was just the other day. I was bringing him up.
He has the song Frank Ocean. That was one of my favorite.
I don't know if he's still doing it, but he was fire.
Oh, he was amazing. His song Prom Night came out when we had like prom, so that was the highlight of our prom house in the Jersey Shore. But
where was your Jersey Shore house for prom?
Where's like the show? It's wherever. Was it Sea Isle? Is that where Jersey Shore was based?
Oh, no, Seaside.
Seaside Heights.
Ew, dude, that's not.
I mean, that's what you got.
You could do better than that.
You're trying to find a place where they allow underage drinking, so
my prom weekend got busted when I was down the shore. I was at the beach. I had to leave.
We had security guards, but like these guys had an operation. I don't want to blow their spot, but they had we had like a security guard outside. They're like who do you turn it down? But that was a time. So Muir Fontaine, thank you for
Muir Fontaine
highlighting my experience. I actually met him when I met Jid at a Verizon store. My senior year of high school, I rapped for Jid.
Then I rapped for Jid?
I met him, and I'm like, I'm obsessed with you. I did my whole spiel about how much I loved him. Then I'm like, can I rap for you? And he's like, if you stay to the end, I got you. And he told me it was good. It was not good. He was so nice to me.
What do you mean? He told you it was good. He thought he lied?
He's probably being nice. I had bars in there. I just don't know if delivery was there. My dad was in the Verizon store, like sneaking a video. So I do have a video of this happening.
So when you watch the film back, you were like,
all I see is that I perfected the dap at the end.
That's important, dude.
With a good high five.
As a white guy, you need to have a good dap.
Yeah.
Because you lose respect quickly if you have a bad dap.
Yeah.
So,
I met Absol this summer.
That's sick.
And my boy Kembe X was opening for him, and I was in the green room, and he just walked next to me. I had a 30-second conversation. He leaves. I look around. I'm like, I killed that conversation, right? They're like, yeah, you did well. I was like, oh, shit. And I have a video of me dapping him up, and it was also a good dap. So that was, I could just die happy.
I don't know if this is isn't he blind? I'm pretty sure he's losing his vision.
So it's also impressive for him to get a good dap.
Like he dapped no problem?
Yeah, I wonder if he thinks he's having the same thought. Like I killed that dap with that kid.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he's he has some kind of condition.
That is a thing. I didn't even. So that was good for both of us. Good accuracy. It's a great dap.
That's fire.
How did we get to this from J. Cole?
I don't know.
But the start of the album. Also, one more critique: the gunshot at the end of the intro was definitely surprising because you're hearing
it was very loud.
North Carolina. Because I saw someone critiquing that. Bunts Road is, I think, one of my favorite J. Cole songs of all time now.
That's my favorite song on the first disc by him.
Yeah. Just the way he comes in, is so strong and, it's just classic Cole. Because I think he has one of the best rap voices ever. I don't know if that's talked about. I think he's the perfect raspiness.
Interesting.
And I think for some people, Kendrick type voice or Jid type voice is very nasally, or a West Side Gun. A Biggie, Jay-Z voice might be, too deep for them. I think, people that are in the middle, the Drake and Cole rap. Well, Drake's not really raspy, but that middle tier of voice, I think is the perfect rap voice.
Interesting. I don't know if I have a take either way. That's fine. My favorite rapper of all time is Tyler, the Creator, and then West Side Gun's really up there for me. So I don't know what that says about what I prefer. But
those are two sides of a spectrum of rap voice.
They're very different.
But I can see someone not liking Tyler because they don't like.
Yeah, he has a very, very, very deep voice. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna get into Tyler later because I have some takes for you on that.
All right.
But Bunts Road, Thames killed it. Who on Alchemist beat, getting Future on there.
And Alchemist tweeted that one time that someone asked him who's someone you want to work with that you haven't yet, and he said Future was the number one guy he wanted to work with. So
and we got Future twice on here. I didn't at first I didn't know if that first song was him until he did the deep voice at the end.
I agree. I was I couldn't tell if that was just Cole pitching down his voice and shit.
But then at the end he does the and I'm like, all right, that's my guy. Safety. Just the insane storytelling. I think a song like The Let Out, it's my roommate's favorite song, which is very him because he has that Chris Brown Weeknd, his favorite artist. It's a song that on my first, I'm like, really? I didn't love it. But then all those songs that come from Cole get so in my head and catchy. and I'm just like singing it to myself throughout the day.
The Let Out is a very catchy melody too. That's a good one.
Yeah. Who He Is. There's a lot of bangers on here, and bass and drum. I love the chorus on that.
I listened to the first disc on my way here, and that was one takeaway I had was drum and bass grew on me a lot.
Yeah,
as I listened to
it. I have the track list here because there's way too many songs on this for me to possibly. No, I think maybe some people are hating on Bombs in the Ville. Hit the Gas. That second beat is so fire. I kind of wish he rapped on it a little bit more. That's the second to last one, like Bombs in the Ville.
Yeah, the second half was better than the first half, which also we didn't talk about on the first disc. The intro, the beat switch on that is amazing.
On the second disc?
On the 39 intro.
Yeah. But
that beat switch is crazy.
And I'm not someone, I don't want to say I have TikTok brain. It's hard to go back to a 6-minute song, but that is insane the first time you hear it, and he starts rapping his ass off.
I liked that song. Like, I am getting TikTok. We're all getting TikTok brain, whether we want to admit it or not. And that is, like, way too long for a song. But when I listened to it the first several times, I was like, it's kept me engaged. It changed up enough that I didn't mind the length of it. Yeah.
No, it's insane. Pause.
I'm not good at pausing. The whites aren't good at pausing, so I just let it fly.
I also love. It's interesting to see what he decided to be like a deluxe song. Because looking at the top, I thought was also a beautiful ode to hip hop as an older artist being like, I can't imagine someone like him who's a hip hop nerd growing up and seeing his favorite artists don't care as much or aren't fired up. And I thought he expressed that so well.
I also feel like, hasn't he done songs that kind of get at the same thing? Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe that's like the one critique that people say of him is that he doesn't have the most he's really milked his life story for like every ounce of like storytelling you can get from it. So maybe at times he's repeating like sentiments.
Yeah, I feel like he's done that like similar. The one song where he's like mad at Kanye. Why am I blanking on that?
False Prophets.
Right. Isn't that like kind of sort of similar?
I mean, I think that one might have been so specific.
It was very directed. Yeah, it was very directed.
And Wale on that song, but I think this one was a little bit like broader in terms. But
that's true.
It's Legacy. Legacy's a fire one. That's another like kind of romantic one. Poor Thing, banger.
Poor Thing is good. The first three are all good too. What's the third one?
We got 2-6 Safety and Run a Train. So that's
not Run a Train. I don't like Run a Train.
Really? You
don't like Run a Train? Really? 2-6 Safety.
Fuck do you know about my passion?
No, I don't like that. I don't know why I don't like that chorus. I don't like that chorus.
I'm running around New York City just like. Because when I'm walking, like I rap out loud, like I don't keep it to myself. So I'm like, "Fuck, do you know about my passion?"
That's why, as I live in Jersey, I like to drive so I could get my rapping and singing out loud out.
How was it on the car test? Because I can't physically do it.
You know what the problem actually is? My car speakers kind of suck.
Okay.
I don't know actually. They definitely suck. But sometimes I think now that like people are optimizing music for headphones and not for speakers. Yeah. Sometimes I think that's part of it too.
Because there's also certain songs, like I'll send to my roommate. He's getting a lot of airtime right now. I'm like, you need to listen to this song in headphones because you can't fully appreciate the song if you just quickly play it off your phone speaker. Where like the bass hits it. Like the
bass for some reason I feel like always hits better in the headphones of playing it out loud. So like I don't know, certain songs are definitely better in my AirPods that are like probably giving me brain cancer or something. But
it would be interesting to see how our generation blasting music so close to our heads like.
My phone tells me like every time I listen, like I got an Apple Watch too, it's beeping every single time I listen to music, like too loud, you're going deaf, and I'm just like, don't care.
I have never utilized that notification.
I don't know how to turn it off, but it just tells me, and I just say, don't care.
Don't.
Yeah.
This is my job.
I'm going deaf anyway.
This is what I love.
Yeah.
Don't take that. People wear like they'll put the ear stuff in at concerts. I've never been one of those guys.
No. Yeah, I don't do that either.
Not yet.
Although sometimes the concerts are a little too loud. I actually saw a video about that. I think it might have been on Subway Takes, where someone's just like, music at concerts is too loud. Like, we don't enjoy music that's that loud. I can feel it in my chest.
I hate being in a certain circumstance, like when you're at maybe on a date at a bar and it's so loud and it's like, we're not at a concert. So I don't, like, why are we jamming music right now?
Nothing is worse than when you're at a restaurant and it's like live music I love when there's live music being played and it's like nice and it helps with the ambiance of the whole restaurant. It's great. But sometimes like the person's playing too loud that I'm like, I can't have a conversation and now I hate you.
It's so frustrating.
Like you're making me not want to support what you're doing.
I was on a first date and I was like yelling. I had to keep repeating myself. And maybe it's that projection thing. I gotta like get in my bag, do some vocal exercises before.
My projecting is good, but I'm deaf from playing music too loud in my headphones, so I can't hear the person I'm talking to. That's my problem.
My friends in college would make fun of me because they'd see me like at the bar doing this to a girl, and they're like, "What is?"
So you're like the meme.
Yeah.
You're like the meme.
I know exactly. Yeah. That the British guy talking to the girl.
Yeah, like yelling in the girl's ear.
Yeah, and they're like, we have to. Even a stranger came up to me, and he's like, bro, I have to know what you're saying when you do that. And I'm like, just spitting bars out here. So all in all, filling of the album from a non-J. Cole stan perspective, how do you leave it in comparison to even recent ones like Might Delete Later?
Might Delete Later is not it. Might Delete Later is not it. So I have that one pretty low.
I'm happy you said that because I so firmly disagree. And I think it has some of his best songs I've ever heard. Like Stealth Mode with Boz. I love that one. Another classic example of him like having one bar where I'm like, why do you say that? There's the one with it's with Boz and Central C, and he does the A, B, C, D, E, F, G.
There's something about J. Cole's music. I don't know. I'm not smart enough to articulate what it is, but sometimes I'll hear a song and I was like, that was good. The rapping was excellent. Like, that was a banger. I like this, but it doesn't grab me to want to come back to it again. Like, I could listen to it and be like, that was enjoyable, but I don't feel like the urge to go back to it. And I don't, again, not smart enough to articulate why that might be.
Yeah, because I feel the opposite. And I can't really. I think I'm in love with him as like the person as well, such as what we're seeing right now. He's going across the country in a car.
Yes, that's
playing
awesome.
the music for fans. And someone just texted me saying how like albums don't last as long now.
They don't. That's true too.
And I think doing things like this, same thing that Timothée Chalamet is doing for Marty Supreme, and doing all these things is keeping the movie alive and making it feel like a moment where if you didn't see the movie, you have FOMO. And I think creating FOMO is the most powerful thing to having an album be lasting.
That's true.
I texted him like, Brat Summer, I'm not a Charlie XCX fan. And at one point I had to listen because I'm like, what is this whole movement?
Like I just missed out on like a whole pop culture movement.
Yeah. And I think Cole has mastered that, and he's always been the best to his fans. He drops documentaries for every single album.
He does a good job, like with the like the Dreamville albums, when they like the way they did all that marketing with the tickets and the documentary shit, like that was cool. He does a good, and I saw people complaining like he's being performative. Like I saw that narrative was going around about the CDs, which is stupid.
For a different artist, it could be performative, but it's been so true at every step of his career up to this point that it's like that classic. Like,
I think it's also like all marketing is performative.
That too.
Like what are you talking about? Like he's like they're literally performers.
Yeah.
It's like it's performative. Like, but it all is. So if that's your critique, then you should just hate everything that has to do with marketing an album.
And if your favorite artist is willing to pick you up in his car, one of the biggest, most famous musicians in the world.
Most people don't want to do that. most super famous rappers don't want to pick up a random fan in their car.
They don't even want to market their album to a month after it drops.
Well, that's, I also think, which kind of gets at what you're saying too. Like, I think another aspect of making an album and just music in general last today, I don't know why people have it backwards, and maybe it's more of like an underground, newer artist type thing where people are getting told to like, you promote it on TikTok, but like teasing shit. Like stop teasing things that aren't out.
I hate it.
And then I like...
Because then you usually get lucky that you're on my timeline again when it does drop.
Right, like you got me the one time you might ever get me, and I go and I can't find the song, like, well, you just lost out. And then people also like move on from their music too quick. So they'll put it out, they'll promote it for a couple weeks, and then they stop promoting it. They have no ideas to promote it or market it like Cole's doing now. Yeah. So I'm going to forget about it. Like you're forgetting about it. So obviously I am.
That's why Tommy Richmond killed it with $1 Million Baby, because I think he was just teasing it. It had such a crazy reaction, and he dropped it within a week.
Right. He was like, like people like this. I got to drop it now.
And he even dropped the TikTok version that had more bass on it, because people were like, we like the version that was in the video with the bass heavy.
Yeah.
And I thought that was such a good example of capitalization versus waiting for the perfect moment to drop.
I want to say it was like Isaiah Falls or something, like not to just criticize him. But I remember like I saw something... like some thing he's like interview where he was like, I wait until my fans are literally begging. It's like, what? Like, just drop it. Because people are going to be sick of, like, they just heard like a 10-second snippet they like. Like, just, I don't know, just drop it, dude.
And there's so many fish in the sea that they're not like waiting around for you necessarily. And I think Clipse is another great example of people who were pushing it for a year, that they're still pushing this album. And if you work this hard, we're going to care as much as you care. So if you show how much you think this is your best work, at a certain point, I'll be like, all right, let me give it a listen. Because you clearly think this is something I need to hear. Right. Versus the guy who's trying to play it cool. Everyone wants to be like the mysterious Carti.
Everyone wants to be mysterious in general, which like, I shouldn't say it doesn't work. It still works for certain people, but for certain people, it doesn't.
Who's the guy who rapped with Timothy Chalamet? Because it's working for him.
SD Kid. SD Kid, it's working for him.
But I think it's a bad method. I think people want like to feel like they're friends. Like I think that's like the key is making.
I don't know. I think it could go. I think you could do either one, but I think it's like a lot of the people who are mysterious, like Carti didn't start out mysterious.
Yeah.
Like if you're again, this is talking like depending on what level of artist you are, but if you're a new artist, like you're not afforded the luxury to choose whether you should be mysterious or not.
Yeah.
Like Cole could disappear if he wants to, and then be accessible if you know what I mean. Like if you're that level, you could choose to play it however you want to play it, and any way could work.
Yeah, but those artists also came up in the blog era, which is probably the antithesis to being mysterious. That was the first time fans could actually tweet and get a response from their favorite artist.
That was crazy too. People were just tweeting, there was no no PR. No one was worried about their PR at that time. People were just tweeting. Now everyone's worried about their PR.
Bro, getting even your favorite rapper liking your tweet, like I would show my parents.
Yeah.
I'd be like, this person just liked me.
My biggest like that, I had for some reason a 1 month period where I was getting every time I tweeted at Sean Paul, he would respond to me. I don't know.
Sean Paul.
I love Sean Paul. That was not a joke, but I definitely got carried away with it where I'm like, if I just tweet at Sean Paul, he'll answer, and he definitely got sick of me, so then he stopped answering. But I got like 3 responses from Sean Paul in like a month. That was a big deal for me.
I got, when I was a sophomore in high school, Logic wished me a happy birthday.
That's sick.
And that was sick.
That is sick.
That was a top moment.
That's like a personalized message.
Yeah.
It's not just like acknowledging you're hitting them up. You know what I mean?
But definitely, I've gotten like, I think one of my first songs ever, I rapped over Kick in the Door, and I sent it to DJ Premier on Twitter, and he listened, and he said, "You're not flowing on beat, but like much love for sending this." And I'm like, the GOAT listened to me rap off beat to Kick in the Door.
I think that's sick.
It was awesome. I didn't like take it. I'm like, he's a GOAT. I don't really care if he.
Well, also like a real. Yes, he is a GOAT. Also, getting real criticism from a GOAT means they really listen to it.
Sure. I honestly didn't even like take it like that, but also, he could have easily just
like you like if someone just like, oh yeah, that's nice.
Yeah.
That means they, who knows if they really listen to it or not. Like he gave you real criticism. That means he really checked it out.
So shout out Primo.
Shout out Primo.
GOAT. So yeah, I think Cole, in my comparison to his other albums, because I honestly loved Off Season. That's like attached to college for me. Might Delete Later. Honestly, loved it. I think like Trey the Truth and Ibiza could have easily been on this album and been a top song on this album.
Might Delete Later, my first listen was just kind of like what I said before. Like when I listened to it, I was like, this is fine, but like this is good, but nothing just grabbed me that I didn't really come back to it. I don't know why. KOD weirdly was the last album that I really liked from him. The Off Season I liked, but it was kind of the same boat of I didn't come back to it as much.
I think everyone's like memory of KOD is I think people think it's like some trap album that he attempted to make because of songs like ATM and Motivate. But I think it's also his best rapping, like Brackets.
Yeah.
There's one.
What's the Kill Edward songs? I like those.
Yeah.
Right?
Honestly, I like that voice he did. Like that singing was good. He's the one where he's rapping about his mom. What's it? Young Carolina, fish out of water. Stepdaddy just had a daughter with another woman. Like that whole song, amazing.
Yeah, I feel like people hate on that album, but I like that one.
Yeah, I also think people overrate Born Sinner. That's my hot take.
I overrate Born Sinner. Like, Born Sinner's up there for Forest Hills Drive. Like those two are my two favorites, probably.
Because it's probably just like nostalgia. Like it's probably peak hip hop.
Yes,
moment.
A lot of things are nostalgia. I think that's also why things don't hit for us as we get older.
Yeah, and we're definitely people who are trying to find new music constantly.
I'm trying,
and we're in the rare boat of people who just listen to music in their high school, like from high school.
Right,
like that's where they're at musically.
Yeah,
but yeah, like Crooked Smile was the first song I fell in love with. So
yes.
I had braces then. I'm like, this is for me. So we just had the Grammys, and I'm gonna hit you with a hot take because Drake said about Kendrick just opened his mouth. Someone give him a Grammy right now. Mm-hmm. I think that's now become Tyler the Creator.
Ooh, I kind of like that take. Even though I'm the big. For those who don't know, I'm like the biggest Tyler. I'm as big of a Tyler stan as there can be. My room is a shrine to him. It's like almost embarrassing.
My podcast room, I'm a huge Tyler the Creator fan. Like, Call Me If You Get Lost and Flower Boy, like that giant tapestries of them. Love it. Past 2 albums, do not.
Like Chromacopia and Don't Tap the Glass?
Don't Tap the Glass a little bit better. Chromacopia, I thought was a bad album.
Oh, I disagree.
Now tell me how you feel.
Well, Chromacopia, I would say as a Tyler fan, I love Tyler and I listen to music in general. I'm more of like a production first versus the lyrics specifically. Like I'll listen for like the tone and the flow of their voice, not necessarily what they're saying specifically. That's like secondary, probably, if I'm being honest, how I listen to music. And Tyler's strength It's his production and like the sonic soundscape he builds. And I think Chromakopia was a little more focused on the storytelling aspect and the messages of the songs versus like the other stuff that he's done before that are more production.
I think his best skill set, similar to Kanye, is knowing the right person to put at the right part of a song, even if they're a small artist, such as at the time these people being smaller people like Rex Orange County.
Yeah, Rex Orange County was like nobody knew who he was. He was unknown before he did that. Like same with Caliucci's. Not really known at that time.
I think he was so good at piecing, or even on Call Me If You Get Lost, like putting NBA Youngboy in that song, like knowing that that was the person. I thought he got too obsessed with his singing voice on Chromakopia, and instead of getting people to do the singing, he took over all of it.
I like his singing voice. Going back to what you said, you like when people don't necessarily sing perfectly. And I like that.
It does work sometimes for him, and I think he has, even on that, like, is it 911 Mr. Lonely that he kind of sings? Like, come me. Well, that's someone else. But he does an attempt to sing, and I like that. But I thought on this album, it didn't hit for me.
Interesting, because my favorite Tyler album is probably IGOR. So,
which is a lot of that. Which is a lot of that.
Right. And that's a lot of Don't Tap the Glass. So Don't Tap the Glass, I love that one. And then Chromakopia, I definitely wouldn't say it's my favorite Tyler album. Like that actually probably would be lower on my list, but I'm so biased and such a stan that you'll never get me to say anything bad about it.
So back to my take that it's because it's so interesting his career, coming from someone who said he wanted to stab Bruno Mars with in the esophagus.
Crazy arc.
Crazy arc. Honestly, one of them, like, it should be talked about more, that someone went from being banned from a region of the world to being anything he does is now Grammy nominated.
Yeah, I think I kind of said something relatively similar to someone recently too, that like I hate to admit it, but there is a certain aspect of like I've always known Tyler's a great performer. Like he puts a lot of thought into the set design. He brings way more energy than you'll get at most rap shows. There's just like a lot more that goes into it, and they're amazing shows. But I definitely think there's some aspect of someone who's been a fan of him since like the very beginning, that now it's just become, people just know it's like the right thing or the cool thing, or it sounds like the smart thing to say. Like Tyler's such a good performer. He's such a good world builder. Like
he's a very artsy. He's an artsy rapper.
People know it's like the safe but cool. Like I know, like I'm smart. I know, like Tyler the Creator. Like it's definitely starting to become that. Like I could admit that too.
His image is kind of high end hip hop. The way he dresses now, which has inspired a lot of people to dress in that form, like the shoes and.
Dude, I was showing my fiance a video of some kid making fun of like Tyler the Creator fans. Like he's dressed in like the Wolf era clothes with the striped, like powder blue and pink shirts, and I'm like, that was literally me. Like he influenced me to dress like an idiot when I was younger. So, and I was encouraging people to dress better now. Back in that day, I was dressing like a clown, basically.
I think it's so cool that artists have eras, and that he literally has a stylistic, like Flower Boy is different than Wolf.
Him and Kanye are probably the two best at that, I would say.
Yeah, and I think that is so awesome. It's funny because like I went to a Smino concert last year. And when I'm in line, I'm like, we're all dressed like an Urban Outfitters model right now. Like we're all in like baggy jeans. It's funny when an artist, you can like go outside their concert, see the line, and you could probably guess what person they're there to see.
Yeah, I've had my one friend lives by Gramercy Theater, so he always does that. He'll walk by and he, based on the line, he guesses who is performing.
So I do think Tyler has done so well at making. I mean, he world builds, and I think that, and he did the song where he kills off all the different ones. That there's literally like a specific. Sorry, not sorry. Is that what that
Sorry,
is?
not sorry is when he does that.
Yeah. So I do think that's awesome. I just think it's funny now that he's this Grammys darling. That is the safe bet. Did you agree with Kendrick winning?
No, I was team Clipse, and I was. That was my genuine opinion.
Not Glorilla, like that one guy.
Not Glorilla, like that one guy who I think was a producer on the album or something like that. My genuine opinion was I would give it to Clipse, but also I kind of had the thought that, like what Drake says, like, they just always give it to Kendrick, and Kendrick also had a huge year last year that I thought it would just be like a fatigue thing,
and they wouldn't give it to him.
And they wouldn't give it to him, and also it's just a good story, to have like the rap veterans. They haven't put out an album together in 15 years. Win a Grammy, like I thought that was like a good story that people would gravitate towards and vote for them. But
So
they got something at least, but it was also a song with Kendrick on it. So
yeah, I mean, I have this book in front of us by Shea Serrano, the Rap Yearbook, which is really cool that he goes through each year and like picks like the biggest rap song and the biggest rap album. And I think when history looks back at that year, like Clipse is the album that I think
it was because it dominated from the marketing standpoint too. It's a great album. Like that is definitely. Again, as a Tyler stan, like I'll still be like, "Don't Tap the Glass" is the best album. But if I'm trying to be objective, I think that was the best hip hop album of last year.
Also, Tyler's Hero has a similar issue on that album where Pharrell did not need to sing every single time Pharrell
did kind of ruin it when he sang. I do agree with that. I don't want to hear Pharrell singing.
What it is, I'm on it. He sung at the Grammys and it was completely lip synced.
Well, it was very obviously lip synced.
I was like, so why was that? I felt like Funk Flex. I'm like, why is that the one you went with? Like,
also, a weird song choice just to perform at the Grammys in general. My best guess is just to get Pharrell out there to lip sync, but
they should have done the first song. I think they did like just rapping about their parents to that. Like, I think that's one of the best rap.
That should have won rap song.
Yeah, because like it's so sad.
That should have won rap song, and they should have won album. I thought. I didn't like Luther should have won melodic.
Yeah, whatever that word means.
Rap melodic performance, whatever that one is.
I do love that song. Yeah. That was my second most played song.
And that was like the right choice. But for a rap song and rap album, it should have been Birds Don't Sing and the Clipse album for sure.
So I'm going to hit you with another take that I've been pondering. I'll first ask you this. What do you think the 2020s sound is?
I don't think there is I think that's like part of what people maybe don't like about this era in general is that everything's so niche that there is no sound. But if you actually had to do it, like to pick one, I guess you would say the Rage.
That's what I was saying.
The
distorted vocal.
The distorted vocal. But I also think like a lot of genres I think are converging. Like I think like pop, electronic, and hip hop are all like converging into a new genre.
Yeah, they had the Fred Again song that's with Skepta.
Yeah, like the Victory Lap song. Yeah. I think like a lot of things, like even because like you could go to something like a Jane Remover or like there's like a certain like spot of like hyper pop that's like very close to rap, but it's kind of not rap. But like those two lanes are very adjacent. I think there's like a merging that's maybe they're gonna make up a new genre at some point for that.
Because I think the reason why this is the take that each generation has a different sound is because of technology improvements. And then that's why certain things like the 2000s sound like the 2000s because people started making beats in their computer. And like Graduation or Carter 3. Sometimes I don't even like the Carter 3 as much because I think it sounds so 2000s and that's not my favorite sound. Versus if you like sample a jazz song, it's kind of universal because like live music always just kind of sounds modern.
Right.
And I think there hasn't just been a huge technological advancement in the last 5 years that separates this. No, there's that joke of like 2010s music that they all sound the same. Like there's like that same, I forget what producer it is, but they all like had that same beat sound at the beginning.
I don't know if I've heard that. Well, what I always say that I don't like is semi-related to what you're saying. I think the late 2000s is like the worst era of hip hop. Like the Carter, when Lil Wayne, and I love Lil Wayne, and he was awesome at that time.
Yeah.
But like trying to listen back to it, like that late 2000s, like 2007 to right before the blog era. That music was not good. It does not sound good. Doesn't stand the test of time. Like if I'm gonna go back to before last decade, like I'm going early 2000s to late 90s.
It's because it's so digital, and because the late 90s music was sampling older music, so it all sounds amazing.
Yeah, like early to mid 2000s is amazing too. Like that stuff was all great, and then somewhere we kind of lost the plot in the late 2000s, and then the blog era saved us.
And to my theory, I'm afraid that AI is that next advancement that changes something in the sound. Maybe the distorted thing is so popular because AI is making everything so perfect these days. And maybe I think humans are craving the not perfection.
That's what weirdly, that kind of relates to Cole in general, maybe why I think I don't gravitate towards his music as much. Because sometimes I feel like that way about like Nas's music. I don't know if I'm giving like too hot of takes, but
I'm not the biggest Nas fan. So
I'm a big Nas fan of like the early Nas stuff. Obviously, like Illmatic, Godson. I love like the early stuff. I like. There was an era in the middle I was like okay, but I don't love as much the newer albums as much as other people do. But sometimes it's because I feel like he's too good at rapping. Like it's too perfect. He's mastered it. Same with Eminem. Like those two have mastered the skill of rapping. I feel like Cole's kind of done a little bit too. Like he's so good at rapping that it's almost like I need it to be kind of. That's why I love West Side Gun. West Side Gun sounds like shit, and it's awesome. He sings horribly. His rapping's like almost not even good. He's like not on
Yeah.
beat. He's just making noises, but I like that.
I think an intricate rhyme pattern sometimes is amazing and it sounds like drums. Like that's the reason why you like a song and you can't really place a finger on it. Sometimes like Drake on one of his songs does the same rhyme scheme for so long. And he starts putting bad lines in there to keep the rhyme scheme going. And to me, that's not worth it to show that you can keep the rhyme scheme going.
Yeah, he gets clowned for that a lot. I think he does like the same exact. And there's like one certain scheme that he's done on like 10 different songs.
And there's sometimes in this Cole album where it's so impressive because he's telling a story with the same rhyme scheme, which is like insane.
Yeah,
because that means that you're actually like not just putting a word in purely.
Right, it has to make sense.
It has to make sense. But I see your point. Like the Eminem is like too technical.
He's too good at rapping and he's trying too hard to show me how good he is at rapping, but that. Like being good at rapping and making a good song are two different things.
Yeah, there's a millions of good singers out there. It doesn't mean I'd listen to a song by you because you can sing.
Right. Yeah, and I definitely there's certain times where it's like, yeah, I kind of like that's why when Tyler sings, it's kind of bad, but I kind of like that.
Yeah, that's fair. I think Nas, honestly, Magic 1's the only one of these recent albums that I loved by him. Like I haven't loved the Hit Boy stuff.
I liked the Primo one the best.
The new one?
Yes.
The new one's fire.
The one with him and Primo, I like that more than all the Hit Boy ones.
Yeah. Well, is Magic with Hit Boy?
I think the Magic and the other series, both of them are all with King's Disease and Magic are both Hit Boy.
Yeah, the King's Disease ones never like really sunk with me.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just I think he's too good. Too perfect. He's mastered the skill of rapping. But for some reason the Primo one I like, but that one sounded more like older Nas. That's probably because it was Primo. Primo brought that out of him. So shouts out to Primo again.
Primo, I think Primo's the GOAT the way I think Jay-Z is the best rapper ever.
Primo's definitely has to be like the GOAT hip hop producer, I would say.
Yeah. But who's your favorite?
Besides for Tyler the Creator.
Also, I've said this take a million times. Tyler should produce an album for Lil Wayne so Wayne can stop having bad beats. Give me something like
whoever.
Give me Dropping Seeds. Give me an album of that.
Whoever Lil Wayne works with has been doing him wrong and is not steering him in the right direction. Obviously.
Yeah.
And Tyler should produce for other people. I think I said that in a video. I think he should do that.
He did like a lot of songs for like Snow Allegra on her one album.
Yeah, he's produced for other people. Like he's done on West Side Gun's albums a few times. He did it for Schoolboy Q. He's done it for a bunch. I don't know if it's cliche to say Alchemist.
It's not cliche.
Because Alchemist is just like
Bunch Road. It's just such the beat, such a.
You could put anyone. You could put me on an Alchemist beat and it'll sound sick. Everything he does, he gives me exactly what I want. It never gets old.
Yeah.
He's done it with so many different people. Like people get like this is different, but like the rapper, like Freddie Gibbs, it's like his collab albums have been with Madlib and Alchemist. People are like, oh well, yeah, he's working with the best producers. Like Alchemist has worked with a million different rappers, and every single time it's amazing in my opinion. So I think I have to say Alchemist.
His the Great Escape, the one with Larry June, actually I think is his best one.
That's that's like and even like the one he did with Boldy James, like that might be Boldy James's best. Like I just think like.
But I think that album has his best beats. I think like it's a '98 Earthquake or whatever. Like the
is that the one with Big Sean?
Yes, and that was my favorite song of that year.
That was one of the best songs of that year, and that was one of the best verses from Big Sean in a very long time.
I have a song over that beat because I loved it so much.
Really?
That I recorded a video in college. Like I was obsessed with that song. And Sean should also work with The Alchemist more.
Wait, that
because he had a song on his last album that was with The Alchemist. That was also my favorite song from that album. And not because it was The Alchemist, it just happened to be The Alchemist on it.
Yeah. You're making me feel old because you said you were in college when that came out. Holy shit.
So,
that stopped me in my tracks.
who did I meet someone the other day was like, yeah, you're 30. And I'm like, I got to shave this beard.
The beard ages you, like, for sure, which I'm starting to get old enough now that I might need to consider shaving it to give myself a few years back. But the beard definitely ages you.
I'm new to it. My brothers have beards, and I was like, I probably can grow one.
I saw, is that your beard brush in there in the bathroom? I have the same beard brush, so we're on the same page. I usually have mine longer. I just got my haircut a couple days ago, so it's pretty short right now.
So we were talking about TikTok brain before, and we are people who make long form content, but you're also incredible at short form content.
Thank you, brother.
And I want to know about the battle that you face because it's realistic that it's hard for them, especially if they don't know you, like they know Joe Rogan, that they're going to watch a 40-minute interview. But you love the people you talk to the same way I love the people I talk to. but then you also make the amazing short form content. I'm curious your battle of how you go about your making content.
That's interesting. I definitely, well, one, I'll say I had a year or two where I just committed to the short form content, and I think that helped me make the biggest like progress in terms of performance and following and stuff like that. I think when I committed to a single, like, this is the format I'm going to do, I think that helped me a lot, which is semi-related. But in terms of between the two, I think what's hard is two things. Is long form content obviously is a lot more work, takes a lot more time.
I hate video editing so much.
Yeah, so like it's a time suck, and there's an aspect of like, just as time goes on, everything's moving faster and faster. So if you're choosing to do longer form content, you got to put more time into it. You're going to get less content out, and then it's just like, I have the philosophy of you just got to get more shots up and be consistent.
Yeah.
So putting yourself in a position to get less shots up just, I think, makes it harder for you to find your audience.
Yeah.
So in today's day and age, and also I think the one thing I don't like about short form content sometimes is like it's hard to give a lot of as much context and like a nuanced opinion.
Yeah.
So like if I give like an album review and I put it in a short form video, it's like it's impossible for me to reasonably like keep it concise enough and moving quick enough that it'll perform well, but also give my full nuanced take. And as soon as you leave something out, people give you shit in the comments and you're like, well, like you gave me 10 minutes. I would have gotten to that. So like I think that's what I struggle with more is like how do you give a full nuanced opinion in a short form video?
So to that, how do you balance making content that you like versus making content that's for your audience? Because I've realized at different points in my podcast where I'm like, would I even watch my own content?
I do that all the time.
And I had to make a change.
Put out content where I'm like, I don't know if I'd watch this.
Yeah.
Even my stuff that does well though. Like sometimes I'll put out stuff that does well and I'm like, I would not watch this, but people like this, so I'm gonna do that.
And it can be a hard battle because also like I've had videos where my best video is the one where the camera's the grainiest and you're like, really? That's the one that like popped off?
I don't as someone who came from like editing and production and stuff like that, I don't have it in me to like let myself, like I can't even, people are like, just like take a phone selfie video. Like I can't do that. I got to do my full setup, edit it, put the captions in. Like I make it hard for myself because I give myself like a whole.
Well, I know you went from the TikToks where like your head's kind of floating in it to now having very great quality.
Like I'll occasionally do the green screen stuff, but like not really anymore. But I also think part of that too is in the year of 2026, it's also important to kind of have you want to be instantly recognizable.
Yeah.
To like stop a scroll kind of thing. So whether that's like a color palette or like a style or a certain thing.
Your page definitely has a theme.
Yeah. So like you don't want to just have one necessarily set up. Like you can have multiple, but I think people being able to quickly identify that it's your content will help you. So
even having like a font that's like
right.
Font.
So like yes, having like a font, a color to the font or something like that. Like I don't know why my shit's always been green, but I just committed to that. So now I'm like my caption's always green. I don't even like green. I just decided with green. Like I have my setup at home and I have like one setup that I do in my office, but like keeping it consistent, I think does help. So that's also partially why outside of just like it's higher production value, I guess. Yeah.
And we're both huge fans of finding new music. There's the feeling of finding a song that makes you remember why you love this.
It's the best, dude. I hate like, I can't resonate or like relate to people who like need to know that something's cool before they, you know what I mean? Like I want the opposite. If everyone's telling me it's cool, I want to not like it.
Yeah.
I want to find the shit that no one knows and no one thinks is cool.
The feeling, are there any artists that you proudly can say you were early on?
Trevor Spitta, which we talked about before. I interviewed Trevor.
Stare at the Sun is my shit. That album.
I interviewed Trevor like I've interviewed him like probably 2 or 3 times now. Probably like 2017 or 2018 was the first time I interviewed him.
Crazy.
If you could find the picture from the interview, I'm also dressed like a douchebag. I got like a flat cap on, maroon pinstripe pants, and my shirt tucked in. I look like a total asshole. But that was the first time I interviewed him. But I've been on him really early, and I think he's like
his videos also.
His visuals are excellent. Like he's very, 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 very good music videos. He's a good world builder. His music is awesome. And there's definitely also something too where like when you do like the music curation stuff and you're trying to like put people on to newer artists, you develop relationships with those artists too, and you get varying degrees of like the scale of your relationship with them on a personal level versus how much you love their music. Like you like their music, but it's obviously everything's on like a scale.
Yeah.
Trevor's I've known him for the longest, and I love his music. So it's like for me, like
it's like hearing a song in the studio. Like you're always gonna be more connected to it because like it was such a fun moment to hear it, where you can't really separate like how an average fan would hear the song.
Right.
But you know, Trevor's incredible.
Yes, I love Trevor. Shout out to him.
Mine was probably I was sending everyone Doechii. I was obsessed with Doechii.
That's sick.
And Jack Harlow. I remember Sundown being all over Twitter, like when that first video first dropped.
Jack Harlow doesn't get the love he deserves. Like people were when he announced his album the same day as Baby Keem, and everyone was like, kind of like, oh, like poor Jack Harlow. Like put respect on Jack Harlow's name, dude. He's fire.
I'm curious how Baby Keem's album will perform because I don't know if people like were able to care enough. Like he didn't have as much of the clout for so long to like take a 5-year hiatus.
It could go either way because I agree with that. But I was saying this to someone recently as well that I think Baby Keem. There's one other artist I said, now I'm not remembering it, but Baby Keem definitely is like people want him to be the next guy. He like everyone desperately wants him to be the next star. So I feel like the vast majority of people are listening with like the intent to love it. I think he has the best chance to like level up into like the next tier of artists.
Yeah, I think people loved him. I just think sometimes when you take that long, it's kind of like Cole with his album that you hype it up for so long.
But people want to. I think there's a lot of people who want to not like Cole.
Fair.
Like I think Cole has like a divided fan base for a multitude of reasons. Yeah. Like but I don't know. For some reason, I think Baby Keem, and then it's like the Kendrick thing.
Yeah.
Like I think there's a lot of people want to love that album, so I could see it being like Grammy nominee. Like I could see him like super blowing up off of it, or I could see what you said.
Yeah,
everyone's like, you waited way too long, and that's what you gave us. Like,
I think Jack falls in the category for me of people who make me feel cool when I listen to his music. Trevor's also like that, like playing Stare at the Sun. Like it's just cool music. Brent Faiyaz makes me feel like
Brent Faiyaz like that too.
He just dropped an album today.
Did you listen to it?
I did listen to it. I think his last album is my favorite because I love the beats like that, like early 2000s to go against what we were saying earlier. I only gave one listen, but nothing stuck out to me on first listen.
I like Other Side was my favorite song, and I forget the other one I really liked. I listened to it twice.
So I hate The Weeknd, and there was like one song that my roommate, last time I mentioned Jake,
you just have him sit down. I'll go in the room and close the door.
He's the one song, he's like, it sounds like Michael Jackson, The Weeknd. I'm like, that's probably why I didn't end up loving it. Like Michael Jackson, but not The Weeknd's not me.
The Weeknd was somebody I never really liked, and I always felt left out for not liking him. And then his last album I loved.
Really?
But I think it's because it went like... It was less pop and more like R&B, hip hoppy. Like
his voice is too clean to what we were saying before.
A little bit too, yes.
That's what gets me. Yeah. There's someone who drops I'm blanking his name. He has a song that's it's called Just Friends. It's like his big song. No, I'm obsessed with song number 2. I'll put it. There'll be a photo of what this person. I texted my friend. I'm like, this is the fucking song, and now I'm forgetting who it was.
Like a big artist, you're saying?
He's like a middle tier rapper. Which that sounds mean, saying middle tier. Fuck, what's his name?
I don't know. I can't help you.
I'll show you after. It's gonna be right here. What's your process for finding new people, especially the people who you end up like coming on the pod?
There's a million different things. I would also say like the more as my following has grown, there's almost like less searching you have to do and a little more like sifting through people sending you stuff.
Yeah.
So some of the work gets done for you, as not to say like I have like a massive following by any means, but like as I've gotten more followers, like more people submit music, different like PR people will try to send you shit. Yeah. Like I got like a form. I got a form of submissions that's too big. I can't listen to any of it.
Yeah.
So a lot of it gets inbound.
So what stands out to you when you have that big thing? Is it album cover? Is it
when someone sends me something? You're saying it has to be a professional looking. Like when someone just sends you some shit like, "Yo, listen to my stuff. It's fire." Like literally, there's a 0% chance I'm gonna listen to it.
Yeah.
That, and then also if like you compare yourself to like your music's a combination of Black Thought and MF Doom, and like no, because I know it's not. So I'm not gonna listen to that either. Usually like someone sends you something like in a professional looking email, gives you some background on who they are, gives you a little something, like it just means you're like taking your shit seriously. Like if you take it seriously, then I should take it seriously probably. But yeah, outside of inbound, it's just like I've created my algorithm to be all that.
Music, yeah.
So like it's just I follow a bunch of other pages and other curators that do like the same things. So like you like, I don't know if that was before we talked, but like you had RJ on, like I Breathe Music all day. Like I follow people like him and Annabelle, like, and everyone who does music creation, like I follow them. So there's definitely the weird thing too of like, if someone posts them, you're like, like, does that mean I can't post it? Like, am I stealing? Like you get in that thing sometimes, but you know, other people have good taste. So it's the other people that are good at the curation stuff. I follow them. Just, I don't know. I'm just chronically looking. I don't even know how else.
It's the meme of the guy digging for the diamond. And you can't stop. You're so
yes,
close
but when
to
you
getting
find one, it's awesome. And like, it's also just like when someone recommends something, like actually listening to it.
Yeah.
Like when you post a video, like when I do a video series every week of like, these are slept on albums, like comment.
Yeah.
If someone comments like you missed this one, like I listen to that one.
Yeah.
I owe, like, you know what I mean? Like
you faith in your fan base to provide
that, or it's like if you're going to like if you're looking, like you gotta like, all right, I'll check that out. And you make the decision, you like it or not, move on. And someone else recommends something. It's like taking the recommendation seriously, I guess.
Yeah. Well, bro, it's been an honor. I could probably talk about hip hop for another hour, but I don't want to keep you on Valentine's weekend. But I'm gonna give you a spot to shout out. How can people find you? What's the handle? What do you got coming?
At Don_Chenz on everything. And yeah, I got interviews, I got content. I'm putting you on to new artists. I got some cool stuff in the works that'll probably be announced soon. And yeah, appreciate you having me.
Of course. Well, if you made it to the end of the podcast, I love you and God bless you. My name is Adam-DASH_ on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Soundcentric Music, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and maybe one day I will start doing my newsletter again. It probably will not be today, but we will see you next time. Peace.
Love you too.